That could cut through iron. That is dwarven heat steel.
You know, oh my God.
I feel like it's slowly moving back up, which has been weird.
Oh my God.
Oh, laughing doesn't help. Laughing doesn't help at all.
We've got 3
tears.
more.
Welcome, affiliated listeners, to a very, very special episode celebrating the landmark of 100,000 subscribers. Now we clap. Woo! And we are doing it today with a true YouTube staple. For those that aren't familiar, we're going to be doing the Hot Ones Challenge. We are going to have 10 very spicy wings with even spicier questions that Thomas and I are going to be asking around affiliate marketing today. So for those that haven't been, as Thomas said, around on YouTube for the last decade, Hot Ones is a very popular interview show, and as things get spicier with the questions, so are the hot wings, and we'll see if Thomas and I can make it. So one of the questions they normally ask for you to get started, Thomas, is how do you deal with spicy foods?
Honestly, like lime, like citrus is the usual go-to. Yeah, because I mean, usually when I'm eating spicy food, it's either
I would see what level of spice do you like to go to?
Yeah. Oh, like that?
Yeah.
I don't know, like habanero.
Habanero?
Yeah,
That's
I'm usually not looking for like ghost pepper sauce and stuff, although I have some at home and will occasionally use it. But yeah.
So no novice.
No, I like spicy food. Like I seek it. I think it's one of a very good flavor component in like a rounded dish, right? Like spice is important, but I definitely am out over my skis on this one. It's I'd be lying if I said I was excited. Yeah.
Well, I am psychotically excited.
I know you are. Yeah. I think the hottest thing I've done was probably that pizza we ate.
That was pretty hot though. By that third slice, I remember going like, I'm uncomfortable, so but we get to do it again, which is super exciting. So we're gonna go through this and ask some questions along the way, and hopefully make it through the end. And also we know there's no rules of Hot Ones, but we're gonna try and follow the ones that we can, like no water, no chocolate milk, no ranch for as long as we can make it, even some chocolate, which also helps neutralize that. But we're gonna see how long we could go. So with that being said, let's kick it off, jump into it. With our very first sauce. Why don't you tell us what the first sauce is, Thomas?
We've got the classic hot sauce. This is, I think, a Hot Ones exclusive, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we have to really overtly talk about how good it is when we fry it. Okay. So let's grab our wings.
I doubt this is going to be that spicy, right?
No. Well, we'll see. All right. Tink, tink. Should we do a touch of our wings? Oh, bang. That's a really long table.
So like,
I feel like I don't taste anything.
Yeah, I was like, no heat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there's a little bit.
You're getting some now?
But I think it's literally like those little peppers you see. I think that's like a little like, bing. Yeah.
It is nice. It does go well with chicken. So Thomas, understanding you have tons of information, you've been in this industry and life at least close to 30 years, if you haven't hit the 30 yet. If you could go back to your younger self, like on the eve of your 21st birthday, and give yourself just one piece of advice, one main thing you'd focus on. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be marketing related. What would it be?
I would say commit to more self-development and mental health best practices kind of thing, which is going to mean different things for different people. But for me, it's like, I've been exploring mental health and ADHD stuff later in life, like getting more of a grasp on that earlier. I think could have been a big help for me. And probably anyone who's looking to be an entrepreneur online, just working on yourself a bit more. I think that's a benefit we probably both get from traveling to different masterminds we get to go to, right? I think when people first go to a mastermind, they're probably shocked at how much like woo-woo it gets, right? It's not just all about learning marketing hacks. You actually go pretty deep into personal development work.
Definitely.
And
affiliate marketing has taught me to hug. So whether I wanted to or not.
You actually reciprocate hugs now.
No, it's one of the biggest things. I wasn't a big hugger when I went to these events. Like I hated it. So obviously going to all these masterminds, it was just full of
Oh, everyone hugs, yeah.
Yeah, it was obviously a big change for me. Yes, I did hate it. But I was like, I am employed. I need to make money. So I guess that was like my version of being a sex worker. It's like, I have to hug for money. I guess I could do it. Which probably offended somebody.
I feel like I've helped you with that because I knew you didn't like to hug, so I just started hugging you.
Yes. You and Shannon really forced the issue. Yeah. So, but I was saying, going back to those events, so much, I'd say the number one topic that is consistent across masterminds is not traffic, it's not operations, it's not conversions, it's mental health and how you're doing. Because so much of the reason that we go out and we go into these industries, we go and probably are bad employees or or we
No
just
comment.
want to do something different, right? You want to go out, you want to own your own freedom. It's probably because something bad in your life has happened. It normally comes from some place of trauma, or the process to get to success is very traumatic. You could do a lot of stuff that's really challenging. And so I think those mental health tactics and those things and that focus and why it's talked about so much is we're all doing this to be a happier, better version of ourselves and for our family. There's no reason to do all this work and do all these things and just kill yourself and never enjoy any of it, right? So let's have our cake and eat it too.
100%.
Yeah.
Even with newer affiliates, right? You see a lot of people get into the space. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm like in dire straits. I need to make money online. It's a really hard place to be if your life isn't have some stability that way, right? So it's hard to focus on a new skill and business venture if you don't have yourself taken care of at least a little bit.
100%. All right, on to sauce number 2.
Number 2, this we've got island wings, the adobo loco, the crazy chicken.
the island. It's very spicy.
Right?
Hot. Okay.
This is pineapple cayenne pepper sauce.
All right, let's bust into it. So, Thomas, with this one, show us what is the appropriate way to eat a flat wing? Because I know you're kind of particular about that.
I'm honestly not that particular. I just say eat as much of the meat as you can. What I get irked with is when people eat it, and it's like there's like 80% of the meat left still in the chicken, right? So some people like do the whole twist and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I just dive in. And then you end up
This has
eating
a
around
nice
it.
flavor. It's very tangy. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's how you so analytic. Okay.
Then you can get all the good, I like to call it the roughage.
The roughage.
The roughage, right? It's like all the little gristle. My wife hates gristle. So whenever we eat like chicken wings, I get it like
Do you
bonus
mean,
wings.
by your wife, do you mean everyone else in America, like, that hates gristle? Like, who are these
No,
people?
people like gristle.
Dogs? Like, what?
This is why people are like, what's your favorite food? It's like this, like anything I can just tear into with my hands and my teeth and just like eat it. Yeah, that's
How many first dates did you take to eat wings? That's what
it's honestly a good, not icebreaker, but kind of a good like litmus test.
of what they could handle. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm pretty sure you would have to in any potential relationship. Oh, yep. And he is sucking off the end of the bone. That's great.
So, no, like a Valentine's meal I cooked for Kylie when we were still dating. It was when I was first getting into cooking. I made Cornish game hens.
Oh, I love Cornish game.
I didn't think about sides, so we just both had like a small chicken on our plate across from each other, and I just dove into it just like you're seeing me. I was like, "Yeah, this is great."
And you had to think she was like, I'm gonna be really pretty, like, and she's just watching you just, you know.
Like Robert Baratheon, just
Yeah, yes, that's great. I guess you showed her your strong hands.
In your opinion, Kyle, what are the biggest things to avoid doing when you're starting affiliate marketing?
Listening to this podcast. No, just kidding. We gotta get our. Oh, we already ate our wing. I see. I'm already.
We're gonna get.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna
You know, I think one of the worst things you could do, is just, and this is actually something we hear a lot right now, is just copy. Like, and what I mean by that is you take marketing and you don't learn marketing, you just take marketing, right? So one of the biggest things to see is like, man, I'm gonna go look at the successful people and do exactly what they've done. Big mistake. And big mistake for lots of reasons. But one of the big ones is you might get some success. In fact, it's very likely if you take someone else's work that is very successful and you just steal it, just like in high school, if your teacher's not aware of it, they're gonna think you're amazing. And you might get success, you'll get conversions, you'll get money, and that feels great and exciting. But what you don't get is anything sustainable. You are not going to really understand why that piece of marketing worked. You're not going to understand what they were doing behind it. You're not going to be able to put that into your own marketing. And it's also something that success is your biggest enemy if you steal, because eventually the person that made it is going to see that you're doing it, and they're not going to allow you to continue. So now your name's going to be besmirched. They're going to wipe you off the face of the earth in every way that they can. And this world, well, it's still large. It's very, very small. So the biggest mistake is you start stealing right off the get-go, and no one wants to talk to you. No one has any respect for you. And now you already ran out of all your marketing, you didn't understand it, and you're out of the industry because you chose the worst path to get going.
Where's the line for you when it comes to like the funnel hacking, right? Like, because obviously the swipe files are a whole thing. You kind of want to get inspiration from people. Where's your line? You're looking at like, I like this ad campaign. I like this funnel. Like, I want to do something like that, but you don't want to copy paste it. Where's that? Yeah,
I think it's a great one. I think for me, it's when you're looking at that stuff. So, for example, I was working with a client recently, and we were talking about their swipe copy. And, looking at the swipe copy, I was like, oh, what is working right now? So we went through the marketplace together with them. We went and pulled the swipe files and some of the top offers on ClickBank and what their affiliate emails looked like. And what we were looking at is we noticed that a lot of them were very short. They only had about 5 paragraphs, 3 to 5 paragraphs with an image. And everything was centered around curiosity. So when I'm looking at that, I'm sitting here not going, I'm just gonna take what they're saying word for word and replicate that. I'm going, oh, they're really focused on clickable curiosity and they're doing short form. What's the flow look like?
So you look at the strategy and the structure of what they're doing,
exactly,
right?
Right? So I'm understanding, strategy, concepts. What's the concept that I get from here? Yeah. So when you go look at a sales page, if you're looking like the dramatic VSL, understand the concept that's underlying it. And the big reason why that's key, one, it helps you respect the marketers more. Because when you understand what they're doing and then why they're doing it, you're like, damn, that was really smart. Right? And so you already kind of respect people. I think that's good. You could go talk to them like, hey, I saw you're doing this. Were you doing it because of this? And they go, yeah. And then now all of a sudden we have that respect level, rapport. But it also allows you to adapt it to whatever situation you need, your business, your affiliate program. Because if you're just copying people, you're only as good as a fraction of them. You'll never be better. You'll never even be as good because you're just copying. But I could take a concept and maybe I adopted my business and it does even better than what they were doing. It might do worse, but it could be even better. And I could adjust on it. And I could adjust the right parts and get rid of the parts that aren't working because I understand the concept. So that's what I would say. When you start taking concepts and replicating them, that's when you're going too far. But when you're taking concepts and being inspired by them and altering based on a strategy, then you're totally okay. I think that's the right place to be.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Nice. Well, let's dive into, wing number 3.
Wing number 3, sauce number 3. What do we got?
This one looks intimidating.
It does have tigers on it.
Yeah, this is the mescaline.
Ooh,
I don't know. Mescaline.
It kind of reminds me of
Oaxacan
Animorphs.
hot sauce. Yeah.
Remember Animorphs?
Animorphs,
Yeah.
yes. Was it Toby? Who was the one that got stuck as the hawk?
I did not read them that much. You just, I think I read a couple.
Me,
I did. I
read a lot of Animorphs.
Yes, I wasn't aware of that. I was more of a Goosebumps guy.
So this is from Burns McCoy, which is one of the best names. I've seen. This Oaxacan hot sauce. What's the pepper in this one? I don't know. Not seeing it.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, it looks hot though. Ghost pepper powder.
Ooh, nice.
Let's get up there. I noticed on the
This has a nice smoky smell.
A smoky smell. Smoky smell that smells smoky.
It's like a barbecue sauce.
Oh, this is really good.
That's tasty.
Oh, I like this one. I would have this in my fridge, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, I really enjoyed that. That was the best sauce so far.
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes the smoky can be too smoky. That one's not too smoky.
Yeah,
right?
well, it balances with the spice right afterwards that came in. And it's a very smooth. It's nice. It's like going up a flight of stairs thinking that you're not out of shape, but then you're like, why am I so warm right now? That's kind of the heat that you're getting.
That's why I just keep eating it. Cause
You feel like you're working out. And you're like, oh, yeah, it's good. I'm doing something right. So let's get to the question after that very delicious sauce. So this is a big one that comes up oftentimes is what metric do I focus on? As a beginner, as affiliate, I want to go and focus on a very specific thing. Like, should it be AOV? Should it be conversions? Like, what's the number that matters? Tell us, Thomas, what matters?
Yeah. Well, from an affiliate perspective, right, you're controlling the top of the funnel. Okay, like the first impression of an ad that someone's seeing or the subject line in an email you're sending, whatever it is, the very top of the funnel, which is exciting because it's the biggest lever point you have. And I always like to look at, like, what can you actually control? Right, things you can't control necessarily aren't always like the click-through rate of the sales page to the order form, right? That's gonna be more dependent on the actual offer itself. Now, albeit the traffic you send might be a mismatch, and if it's a mismatch, you probably have a low click-through rate, right? So that is always the thing. But I like to look at every data point independently that paints a story. Right, so I don't think there's one thing you should be looking at. It's not earning per click, it's not conversion rate, it's not AOV in any one sense. It's looking at top of the funnel to start with. How is my ad click-through rate doing? How's my, like, whatever that main metric is for your traffic source, is that good or bad? And that's gonna depend on your own traffic. It's gonna depend on what type of offer you're running, what type of ad you're running, all that kind of thing. But just objectively, is that good or bad, or could that be improved? And if that can be improved, focus on improving that first. and then look at the very next step of your funnel, which it's like, say it's a bridge page. If you're an affiliate, now it's going, what's the conversion rate, aka the click-through rate of my bridge page, and is that good enough, right? Am I getting enough clicks from my bridge page to the offer page? You're just drilling down if your email, right? It's open rates, it's subject lines, it's click-through rates on your emails to your bridge page or to the offer pages, things like that. Because as an affiliate, all you're trying to do is get as many qualified clicks to the order or to the vendor sales page, right? And so it's not looking at any one of those metrics. It's just figuring out where is the hole in the funnel happening and being able to see that objectively and understanding. That's I think we see this with a lot of new affiliates. They don't know the expectations to have. Like, oh my gosh, I've sent so many clicks, I haven't got a sale. What's going on? And you ask them how many clicks they sent, like 20. And like we know, good conversion rates are like 0.9 to 1.8% for a supplement funnel, maybe a bit higher for like a digital offer. You're gonna have to send hundreds of clicks to get a good idea if this is converting or not.
Yeah.
So just knowing that from the get-go and knowing that, okay, I need to send hundreds of clicks. This campaign for this many dollars, whatever, I'm sending 20 on a 5-day basis. If I spend more money, do I get more clicks? Or is there levers in this funnel I can pull to get more clicks for the same budget? And that's improving the copy, the conversions, right? The creative pieces of that. And so that's a long-winded answer to all that, but that's where I don't like looking at one key metric in any kind of business. It's looking at all the key metrics for each step of the funnel and identifying where the low-hanging fruit is for improvement.
Yeah. So the metric to focus on is the one that's not
broken.
working.
Yeah.
I also really like you said that it's focused on the metrics you can control, right? So if there's conversion, you could have some impact on that, but there's a lot of layers between you and what's going to happen in terms of buying.
How many times do you see an affiliate go like, oh, this offer sucks, right? And like it's like, well, that offer's doing 8 figures in revenue a year. Like it probably doesn't suck. That's right. Like, maybe you're the problem.
Right.
It's like maybe. And they'll just swap out offers constantly, not look at their their creatives. Right, and that's where you're saying it's like, well, I'm getting good clicks over to this offer, but it's not converting. Maybe it's a mismatch, and that's when I start looking at like, how are you really teeing up this offer? And oftentimes a lot of times affiliates honestly try to sell too much on their bridge pages, right? And they're bringing in the product already. They're already showing the product. It's like, guys, like, chill out. Like, let the offer do the selling. Qualify the traffic so you get the right demographic to that offer, and you don't have to sell too much in your pre-lander stuff or your email copy, right? Just get interest-based clicks going with the right demographic to the offer.
Yeah. No, I love that. Just one thing I think it's really key on that is understanding that clicks are your lifeblood.
Yeah.
Right. It's just the goal of an affiliate is to bring qualified clicks.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you have to trust what happens next is what happens next, right? Then you find the offer that fits for it. But that qualified click process and know to get them over there. And man, these vendors that have really high converting landing pages and VSLs and all that stuff, I feel pretty confident they're going to do a good job.
These wings,
yeah, right. Hey. The last thing I was going to say, though, what about? So we'd had Ed talk about this before in the past. What about revenue? So when you're talking about, I think it's funny because people don't always think of revenue as a metric, but it might be one of the most important ones. So when you think of revenue or net profit, how important is that to be evaluated, and how do you use that as an affiliate?
Well, it's super important. I think, right, people sometimes override on revenue, like, oh my gosh, I've done so much revenue, but I spent just as much to get that revenue, right? So
I'm eating it like you. It is not good. Just for the record, people, anyone wants to try sucking the joints out?
It's delicious. I don't know why you're knocking it. This, I mean, you know how popular collagen is now? This is how you get the collagen. It's out of the bones. It's out of the ligaments. That's what collagen is.
Or I could get it in a powder and I don't taste or experience it at all.
But then it's not chewy and fun, yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted your question.
No, you're good.
So on to wing number 4.
Which is this one.
This is, right here.
Oh,
and it's that one. Okay. Yeah, don't skip up here. You're going to see a big change.
Los Calientes.
Ooh,
hot sauce.
Los Calientes.
By Heatonist. Oh, this is another Heatonist one. So, okay. So
Heatonist.
This is the hot ones. Yeah.
I realize I don't know. I've always just Heatonist, and you're like Heatonist.
Heatonist.
Nice.
Yeah, this one it looks like we're going kind of towards the salsa verde.
Ooh, so a green salsa then.
It looks green. I'm calling it. Yeah, I always like a salsa verde.
Oh, me too.
Can we put this on our eggs? Yeah.
I can't even tell that it's on there.
Oh yeah. All right. Ooh, nice and tangy. No.
Oh, it's just the sauce is good. The wing is not. The wing's like a rubber dog toy that's edible. Questionably so.
So you wouldn't say the Walmart wings are high up on your
If we
No,
bleep
low-key.
this, I would definitely swear right now and just like, no, this
Dylan
is...
can bleep it, yeah.
Screw you, Mr. Walton. Your wings are terrible. That sauce is good, though.
Yeah. So this is a question we got from the Spark Discord community. Yeah. And it's like, what are some of the best lead generation strategies for affiliates?
I'm laughing because that's like such a big question. What are the best lead generation? Honestly,
For affiliates.
yeah, for affiliates.
In our space.
If I were to go and do lead gen, I would really focus on, and we actually had an interesting podcast with, I'd focus on content. I would start creating content. I'd look for content that you know people care about, people click on, people just want to read, consume, whatever it is, and I would get really good at writing that for two reasons. One, content writing is really underappreciated. It's a great form, I think, to learn when you actually want to become a good writer. A lot of people will like, hey, copywriting's great, and there's some structures that can make things really easy for you. But to be a great copywriter, you have to actually write stuff and be good at writing, and having a voice and explaining things, right? And I've seen a lot of copywriters learn form, and then I see their copy, and I'm like, structure's great. It only gets you so far. It's like, man, I wish you were just good at writing, right? Like you could tell there's a gap there. So I think that's already going to help you in one of the most important skills. Plus, content lives forever. You never know when a piece of content's going to come up and all of a sudden be valuable. Things will change. And the way things are going, content's a path to cheaper traffic, cheaper acquisition. So many things are really, really valuable. So I would start writing content, and then as a form of lead gen, like create like, hey, if you want to read this article, give me your email. Build an email list based on interests, right? And you can just start generating that. And if it's blogs, when you get good content, you could put you can make your spend and ad spend a lot cheaper if you start writing good content. Just doing things for clicks and views, it tends to be way less expensive, easier to get traffic, to get people interested, and you start learning that content writing. The great thing is then you want to start converting that to sales. Now you take from the content that generated leads to the emails that start generating sales that you write to them afterwards. So you're going to get both sides. And I think if I could go and start that over again, even right now, I'd think about content. Now, you don't have to write it. You could also, it could be YouTube content. It could be Instagram content. It could be TikTok. I don't think it really matters, but be present and start creating content. And not even to get to all Web3 stuff, but I think as we see things, and I was like, this is like the oldest person in the room. I feel like that's Steve Buscemi meme when I say this, but look no further than when you look at kids. This sounds weird, sorry. When you observe younger audiences and the way they behave, they all want to be content creators, and they all are. It's not a career path, it's a way of life. We're all creating content all the time. Our voice has the ability to echo far beyond the people that happen to be around us. And people are doing it and they care about it. And Web3 is going to allow complete control of that content. So the content is going to continue to matter more and more and more because we don't have, and we've already seen this, there's not these big content like mammoths that control everything that's said, which sometimes is a horrifying world to live in, but it doesn't matter. We live in it. So we might as well embrace it and start using that. So that's what I would do. I would start creating content of some sort to generate leads. If you're doing it on like a social platform, great, create that presence and drive them to a place where you get an email and you own an email.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, I'm talking about this, but my newsletter actually goes more in depth, mention every single time you create content. Find some strategy that works for you.
I was gonna say there's two past guests of the podcast we've had on. Kurt Molly does a great, who went into Facebook ad buying. A lot of what you're talking about, like his video view campaigns and getting really cheap views, and he retargets the people that watch a certain point. Right, so check out his episode. Black Box Social Media, I'm pretty sure is his brand. And then Adrian Brambilla. He's got a great strategy with, he builds up his content sites, right? And he does paid ads to his content, like his specific blog posts on X thing and whatever niche. He's generating leads off that. And a really key thing that I see affiliates miss often is have an offer on the lead generation thank you page. Right? So if I put an email address, it's like, so click submit. Hey, thanks. By the way, here's this really cool thing you should check out. That is an affiliate link to an offer. So now you're arbitraging and getting direct conversions off of the lead generation you're doing without having to send that first email.
Yeah.
So you'll get some conversion on that if it's a good fit.
Yeah.
So that's a quick thing I've seen in that Discord channel. It's like where affiliates are spinning up their lead gen contact form, and there's nothing there other than a thank you. And then, so then you're relying on the email to do all the work versus, hey, thanks. By the way, there's this awesome video I just watched on XYZ. Go check it out. That can be a link to the seller's VSL.
Yeah,
right?
that's amazing. And it is. I just think content is the best entry point into attention. And one of the key things of marketing is acquiring attention, right? So learn how to do that through content. You could easily monetize some stuff, just like you said, just throwing it on the thank you page, right? So there's so many great ways, but yeah, that's what I would focus on with your lead gen.
I agree. Well, how's the heat tolerance doing right now?
Oh, good. Honestly, I have more of a rubbery piece of chicken in my teeth issue. So if I'm like doing this, just know that's why. If I'm making weird faces. So
we're on to 5.
Yeah, I think this is. We're in the middle, so I'll do that. Well, you could still reach it easier than I can.
I always like when we travel to events, people are surprised by our respective height differences. Yeah. Right now, we're the same height.
Yes,
on camera.
I'm all torso and no legs.
Ooh, this one's a scary one. This is the 7th Reaper.
You got to say it in the metal voice. Give us your metal voice, Thomas.
The 7th Reaper.
Welcome to the 7th
Red
Circle
chimichurri, Carolina Reaper hot sauce. Carolina Reaper now.
I love me some Carolina Reaper. It's got that nice, it kind of reminds me of, what is the chili? It's that really abrasive one. It tends to hit really hard from the front. I'm trying to remember the chili type.
Oh, it's like the back of the tongue. Oh.
But Carolina Reaper is really aggressive up front.
What do you mean by up front? Like initially?
Like initially, and then it slowly calms down. Some are slow builds up.
This one might be both. It's getting a little hot.
It's not bad. It's not bitter. It's not too bitter.
No.
Sometimes Carolina Reaper, at least in my experience, it gets a little bit bitter.
You know more than me.
Yeah. So that one's nice. That's nice. And speaking of nice, one of the most common nice things as we go into our next question is free. We all love free, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Except for this, these are free wings, but you might not love them by the end. So the free always comes with a catch, is what I'm trying to say. That being said, a lot of people are looking for tools for web builders, things like that they want to be able to get the web pages up. Beginning affiliate tools. What are some top free tools, whether it's a web builder, whether it's a tracker, whether it might be something that organizes your campaigns? Give us like 3 that you recommend that people should use or that you really love that are free tools.
Oh gosh, okay. This one.
You are the tool guy too.
I'm the tool guy?
Yeah,
Tim
Thomas the
tool
tool man.
Yeah, okay. I thought that's where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We have way too many 90s references.
I know. Yeah, we're showing our millennial.
From Animorphs to Tool Time.
We got to go. Let's see. Well, I guess it depends on what your best is going to be relative to what you need. I think the funnel builder one is common. And honestly, like where I get hung up with that one is that they cost money for a reason, right? They cost money because you don't have to learn HTML and coding. Like a WYSIWYG builder isn't free for them to develop, so there's a reason why these things cost what they do.
I don't know why I'm choosing the smallest.
No, the popular one I've seen getting traction, especially in like free with surprising amount of functionality, is like the system.io. It's like system with an extra E or something on the end, .io, is it? And it's like kind of a quick and easy funnel builder that I've seen some affiliates use to pretty good advantage.
We'll have to put it in the show notes because I don't know if other people are like me wondering where this extra E is.
I'm pretty sure it's like system with an E at the, it's like.
Okay, so it's not like System.
No, it's at the end. Yeah. And I was chatting with an affiliate over Instagram, and he's been able to build, I think he's like 19 years old, and he's built, it's like a $2,000 to $6,000 a month affiliate funnel with system.io. I don't know if he's replaced it since. Off of free organic content on Instagram and Facebook Reels, right? He's kind of pushing those out in like the keto space, and he's been able to kind of use these for simple funnels that go through. I don't know what limitations it has because that's
content, by the way. I just have to
exactly content. Yeah, that's the hard part I see with the free options is that you're usually pretty gated on what you can do with them. So that's a funnel builder out there. I know some of the different like ClickFunnels and some of the other funnel builders have different trials that people will sign up for and hope they get enough money by the time the trial ends to kind of justify the cost of it. That's going to depend on the trial length and those price points. And then the hard part is that WordPress even went to like a paid model, like in the last, I want to say year or so, which kind of caught me by surprise. So to use WordPress now is like a lower fee. But I was really impressed with like Thrive Themes and Elementor Pro and WordPress, which are a cost. But I think with Thrive Themes, you pay like it's like an annual thing of like $200, and it's much cheaper on like a monthly basis, or it's even like a lifetime cost. It ends up being pretty cheap. And you can do landing page and full on theme optimization. What's the hard part with a lot of the free themes on WordPress is that
everyone has them.
Well, no, so the hard part with WordPress is you download a theme, like, oh yeah, this is how it looks in the demos and everything. And you have to do a lot of work to make it look like that and make it work like that. The good thing with Elementor Pro and Thrive Themes And I think there's a few other, like Beaver Builder's another one. There's a few other ones that might do this too. I know. Yeah.
See why you remember that one.
It's like, huh. Is that they actually have a theme editor, not just a page
Oh,
editor,
nice. Okay.
Right? So you can actually mess with the theme in a very like easy way and make your site actually look good and operate well, and then go into the specific pages and mess with pages and do landing page, and they got templates and all that kind of stuff.
That's nice. So you don't have to just massage the crap out of it like WordPress, which is why you have so many WordPress developers.
Exactly, yeah.
That just get you to where you want to go.
Yeah, and you can find a developer that's proficient with Thrive Themes or Elementor Pro and get you something really good for a much lower cost because it is a WYSIWYG builder than all that, right?
Yeah.
Some other ones would be like MailerLite.
MailerLite?
It's like a MailChimp competitor.
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
It's but I think you get more. I want to say it's like 2,000 emails. Up to 2,000 emails are free on their plans.
Oh, nice.
So you can build an email list for free with them. It's like, I think MailChimp is 1,000. So it's kind of if you wanted like kind of.
Plus, there's some other issues with MailChimp too.
Yeah.
Deliverability you have to worry about.
Yeah, so the MailerLite I like. I know there's even some bigger bloggers that like it and use it. I was chatting with some clients that kind of I was surprised that they use it. I was like, oh, wow. So you can go with them. I think you'll find that if you go cheap and go free, like which totally makes sense if you're starting out, you want to be budget minded, you'll probably need to upgrade things quicker, right?
Yeah.
Than if you started on something a little more robust.
So let me redirect the question then is like, where would you apply, if you had a limited budget, where would you apply the large percentage of your budget and then supplement with free for those tools? Would it be on a web builder or would it be something else? As a tool. I should clarify. We're talking just tools.
I probably, like when I build my sites out, it's usually not around, I usually don't skimp on the builder, right? Like it's like that's something I need it to work without me having to dive into YouTube rabbit holes for hours to figure something out, right?
Yeah.
So I
save that for conspiracies, not for, yeah.
So I need to look at something that's like, do they have good support? Do they have good forums? Like things like that I can go get answers quickly from. Because I need speed as a priority. You're going to pay money for more speed. And I'd rather pay more money to get a site up and live and get pages up and live. And then if I was going to focus on like finding free stuff, that might be around like Canva or something to generate like a YouTube, like a Facebook ad or things like that. Like I might generate ads out of Canva, which is free or very low cost versus the landing page and the hosting. Because people like try to like, well, I need free hosting. It's like your page load speed is probably gonna be garbage on free hosting, right? And page load speed is a huge factor when you look at conversion rates or click-through rates.
Yep.
So if you can't get 3 seconds or faster, ideally a second or faster page load speeds, like that might be a bigger friction point than you realize to getting traction going.
Yeah, 100%. No, that's great advice. And speaking of speed, the speed that snot's starting to run down my nose tells me that we should have another wing and move on as we breach to spice.
Okay.
As we go into 6. So this is my turn. Now we have collards and ghost hot sauce. We're at a 5 pepper level here.
This is like the Thai
And
restaurants.
hot and saucy made it. So this just looks really nice. It doesn't look intimidating at all, but collards and ghosts scares me. That was a nice burnt skin.
I get like a curry flavor almost. Are you getting that? Yeah. Oh, ghost pepper. I was trying to figure out why it would be called ghost. Okay, I got it. I'm an idiot.
I wasn't gonna say it. This feels less hot than the last one.
No, I feel like it's trying to trick me. Okay. Look at the landing page. What are like the must-have components of it that make and kind of put together? You were talking before about the strategy of like different funnels. Like look at the landing page specifically. Like what are the building blocks of a good landing page?
Yeah. Well, the biggest it should be your headline. Yeah. Are we talking? We're probably talking a text page too, I'd assume.
Yeah, I would just let's make it like a text page, maybe a bridge page for an affiliate. Right?
Yeah. So it's really your headline, sub-headline. If you're doing a full sales page, your lead and your CTA. Those are the areas that have to exist. Without that, I mean, you need your deck
CTA
copy
being
and
call
story.
to action.
Yeah, your call to action. That's when you actually sell it, right? And give them an option to buy. And
or click to the next thing, right?
yeah, click to the next thing. Whatever that action is, whatever the page's goal is, that's the part you're gonna. Those are the main parts I evaluate. The headline being that's your first impression, right? Like that is your ability to even secure the next date. And it's important to remember that anytime we're looking at a landing page, oftentimes we kind of skew our elements because we don't think about the fact that each element, this is a really slow burn.
Yeah.
Like I'm like just now starting to feel it.
I was like, whoa,
that came in a weird way. So back to what I was trying to say. So I'm like,
oh no.
why am I blinking, sweating out of the side of my eyes? That's weird. But going back to what you're talking about. So like the headline is the most important because that's your first impression. It's the first thing you're going to say to them. And they literally will not care about anything else you say next if they don't buy into what you say first.
Yeah. It sets the tone for every piece of traffic hitting that page.
Yeah.
Right?
And honestly, the best headline like course or thing that I learned was Save the Cat. Perry Belcher recommended it.
It's like that's like a book on
screenplay
writing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. But the way they talk about creating headlines, because headlines for them in screenplay writing, the equivalent is basically to get people to read your script. You have 2 sentences that you could write that get them to read your script. That's all you get for them to open the next page.
Oh, I see. So it's really just
right. So it matters a ton.
Yeah.
It matters a ton. Like literally, if you want to get paid for your script, you better be really good. And I can't remember what it's called at headlines. And it's no different than sales marketing, right? So it's funny too, because when you think what to split test first, headlines every time. Headline. If you were talking a VSL, it shifts a little bit and goes to the next part that's really important to look at is your lead.
So your headline, lead.
Yeah, and I'll say sub-headline because you don't always need a sub-headline, but a TSL.
Yeah,
it's
I'm always a big fan of like the 3 question, right? You got your biggest question as a headline, right? And you got like a qualifying question, and then to the copy, right? And so you're kind of just qualifying.
Yeah, depending, right?
And qualifying is also disqualifying, right? It's like, you're getting the people that don't care about what you have off, and you're getting the people that are right for it down.
Yeah, and if you could do a lot of that right up front, not too much, but quite a bit right there, that's the goal. Your lead, because that's kind of the first impression. Again, we're going into what are we doing early on? And it sounds dumb, but what you do early on matters more than what you do later, right? Because essentially people are going to buy in initially. They're going to love the idea, and they're going to spend the rest of their time trying to find reasons not to love it. And if anyone's like, that's not true, think about the first time you feel a spark on a first date, whether it was your wife or whether it's somebody you had a horrible relationship with.
Hopefully you felt a spark before the first date. Yeah.
Well, but you know what I mean?
In this day and age, gosh, with the apps.
You have that moment you meet somebody, a human, and you're like, wow, like I'm really interested. The rest of your time is spent trying to continue to prove that feeling right? You'll search for the things you want. You'll look for things that, the red flags, many of which you'll blow right past. If there's enough good things, they'll line up to it, right? So it's no different in copy. So that first impression matters so much. So the lead is what pulls me in. So, and then of course, deck copy, things like that. You could look at the
Deck copy?
It's the mid copy,
yeah.
sorry.
I haven't heard it called
And then you could look at sub headlines. That's great. But realistically, the next thing I'm going to look at is the CTA. So when it gets down to brass tacks, whatever you want to do next, that action, what are the things you're doing? I might read the close, but I really just want to see everything that's going on in that CTA.
Or some FAQs below it, right? Some
and there's some very structural things that you want to do, like how are you, what are you doing with your buy buttons? Is it high contrast? How are you displaying it? How are you displaying value? Or how are you addressing, trust concerns? All that stuff in there. It's an important part to evaluate. So, and it shifts based on the content that they might have or the goal of the page.
Yeah. I'm going to say another free tool I forgot to mention was Microsoft has a competitive tool to Hotjar.
Oh, really?
Which I'm totally blanking the name of, which I'm annoyed by because I had to go find
Microjar?
it. Microjar, no. But it's basically, it's almost like a
I hope it's Hot Soft for this. We're going to call it Hot Soft.
Yeah, Microsoft Hot. It's got it'll show you heat map. It'll show you like kind of everything that Hotjar does, and it's a free tool versus Hotjar's. Although Hotjar has some free components, but it's pretty limited on what you get from it. So yeah, if you're looking for like, what are people doing on my page and where can I improve it? That's a great way to kind of get some insight into it.
Yeah, and really learn stuff. And I mean, it'd be a whole other podcast if we just want to talk about all the details in there, but look at those elements would be the order I'd go in first.
Yeah.
So with that, I feel like we're ready for an even spicier sauce next. How you feeling?
It's building. It's definitely building. I'm feeling warm. My tummy's warm.
So this is
Halda?
I can't read it. It's Terrafon Curse. Trifing's Curse?
Tierfing? I don't know.
Well, this is only 4 peppers. It's barely even a hot sauce.
Well, I'm finding that the number of peppers
the story. Oh my gosh. Hold on a
matter,
second. This is a Viking hot sauce. I really should spend less time on this, but the story, Odin's grandson once trapped 2 dwarven smiths, forcing them to produce a weapon that could cut iron and stone as easy as cloth. Obviously, it's this hot sauce. So this is the most metal of hot sauce.
I think I took
like
your
how you
drum
just took with the rum.
I did.
Okay.
I
was ready for a wing. Yeah. I was ready.
Flat, yeah.
A flat, yeah, sorry. That's spicy. Isn't your turn to ask the question?
What is that?
That could cut through iron. That is dwarven heat steel.
You know, oh my God. I don't think Vikings know what hot sauce is. This is. Why would they? There's no peppers in like Iceland.
It just tastes like sear.
Yeah.
There's no flavor.
It's hot. You think it's hot?
Oh, yeah, it's hot. I currently have no money.
I was
Or
feeling
taste buds
so
anymore.
confident. I was like, this is going great. Like, oh, God.
I currently have no money, and I'd like to start affiliate marketing.
Oh, this is I thought you were just telling me. Like, I've gone broke. I'm broke. Yeah.
I need this to work out really well.
Yeah. Okay, you have no money. You've just started
I
affiliate
need to start
marketing.
affiliate marketing. Where should I start first? What should be the first step? I do. That one got me in the throat.
This sucks.
I really feel like I'm gonna need to read this more because it definitely feels okay. We should finish this horrible experience before we get into the question.
Breathing hurts.
Similar, if you have no money and start affiliate marketing, it's gonna be a painful process. So, a golden hilted blade that glows like flames. I feel that.
Yeah, I'm taking. I should not have knocked the Viking hot sauce. I did.
A curse, of course. 3 evils come to. I'm just like
By Odin's hammer. God.
The best is my face is reacting, but I am crying. It's just
We've got
uncontrollable
3
tears.
more. Okay.
I think that might have been the third.
Okay, we have no money.
You have no money.
We have no
but
taste
you do
buds.
have heat in your heart.
Yeah. Want to be an affiliate? Where do we start?
Where would you start?
Okay.
This came from somebody. An affiliate community.
Okay. So
I don't know why I added that. Just felt the need to.
I would get past. I would go find 2 to 3 people that are putting out educational content that you can actually implement. Right? They might have a course, sure. Like they need to make money somehow, probably.
A
But they're-
podcast, possibly.
But they're a podcast, possibly. But their main thing is probably not selling the course. They're probably doing other things to make money too. Right? If they're only selling a course, I would be hesitant to dive in to learning too much from them directly. Because you're sweating.
I was like crying.
You're sweating.
Yeah. I feel much better than I think I look right now.
You look terrible. But
The snot's coming now.
and really just find 2 or 3 people that you can learn from. Read books, like, and this sounds like super generic knowledge or like stuff, but it's true. Like, and then once you kind of consume enough of their content, you're going to probably see something that you want to try, whatever it is. And I'd pick one thing to go in and try. I think we see a lot of affiliates. They're like, I'm going to try this. Oh, that doesn't work. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to do this big thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing, right?
I'm gonna do alpaline.
Yeah.
I'm like super nervous. I'm gonna get boogers in my mustache. So I need you to let me
I
know.
didn't think about that. Yeah.
Booger stash.
Choose one traffic type that you're going to become an expert in. You're going to go deep into, and you're going to choose one like kind of strategy of how to generate revenue as an affiliate.
Yeah.
And I don't really care what those 2 things are, but you're going to go deep with that. So a strategy and a traffic source, deeper and deeper. Because what you'll find is that you mentioned said this before. Like if you have the strategy, you can replicate that on different areas.
Yeah.
Right. Tactics are where I see new affiliates get hung up is the tactic piece. Like I'm gonna do this really specific hack in Facebook I don't fully understand because they told me to do it this way, and they want to do it because it's like push button, right? It's like
Yeah,
okay, I
it's
do
easy.
this, I do this, I do this, right? And you might get success quickly that way, but it's gonna be hard to replicate that if you don't know why it's working in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'd say go really deep into a traffic source and a strategy from a very limited amount of people you trust the knowledge from. And if you don't know who that is, reach out to us. We've got people I recommend all the time you can go learn from with free content. But I mean, Miles Beckler, I recommend all the time. He's got a YouTube channel. He puts out great content around Facebook media buying, around blogging, around all that kind of stuff.
With a name you could trust.
Miles
Beckler. Just sounds.
Yeah, he looks exactly like his name sounds. I'll put it that way. Which he's a great guy. I haven't met him, but it's just like I trust him, right? Everything
Yeah.
I see he puts out is really good quality. Pat Flynn, right?
Fantastic,
Smart
yeah.
passive income. He's out there too. Adrian Berbia, I've already mentioned him. He's got more of a paid course. He puts out some pretty polarizing content for the right group. Not like anything shocking, just like making money online in general. But But his story is pretty cool, and he puts out a model that's very might be longer to grow, but very holistic and can last a long time.
Yeah.
Right. So there's people like that out there that you can go learn from us, right? I'd say like we try to put out less tactical, strategic content. It's usually more kind of like bigger things. But I feel like we try to put out content really to help people, right? And you'll resonate with people like that. If they're putting out content to help people and not just get a check from you, right? You're probably gonna go a lot further with them.
Yeah, and I think one thing is find the people that teach strategies, not tactics. Too.
Yeah.
Like you should see it. You want the content that is concept based. And one of the reasons I think why we do such a good job teaching more strategies versus tactics or concepts is because we see it on a broader spectrum, right? I actually experienced a lot of the tactic pitfalls with trying to hire people and figure out Instagram when I was a director of marketing. We wanted to get 100,000 subscribers. We need to get all these followers, right? Like multiple consultants came in and they'd all be like, I can guarantee you. We guarantee execute on these tactics with the thing. And I remember going like, but why does that work? Why? What are we doing conceptually?
And a good person will be able to tell you why.
Yeah.
Right?
But guess what happened? They didn't explain why, and then didn't grow. Like we didn't see that success, and so they might have had a tactic that worked in certain situations. Without a strategy, you can't adapt.
When this goes live, I'll try to share the post on it. But like Ron Lynch did a great video where he's like cooking the pizza, and he's explaining some of his big like marketing campaigns, his ad campaigns, and why they work. And it's a great entry level and just like why do these big marketing campaigns work and what's the strategy behind them on like the ad level down to like the click and the call to action and like the open loops, right? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There's a guy to listen to too. Ron Lynch is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for the bomb?
I don't think so.
Doesn't matter.
That was rough. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll read the bomb.
Read the bomb.
The bomb. Now this is interesting because they like updated for the season, so it's the bomb evolution. So I don't know if that evolved to something worse, but it doesn't. What kind of stuff is in here? Red hot chili peppers. All right. So this is what is Under the Bridge.
The band from California.
Yeah. Yep. Cheers to the bomb. And we also did this, by the way, just so everyone knows, we did this with a boneless buffalo.
Why?
I did it because it's going to be much worse. So all the bread's just going to coagulate in your mouth. Oh, it tastes terrible. Oh, it's just bitter heat. Oh, man. It's not even good. It's so bitter.
The Iceland one, the Vikings know what they're doing. This one, I don't know.
It doesn't even taste that hot. No, here's the heat. Now it feels hot, but it tastes awful.
So the Viking one came in like freaking axe. It was just like,
Yeah.
you know, it was like, it was like, yeah, and I kicked her, sir. It was just like, man.
Yeah.
And then this one,
It doesn't taste good, but it.
do they call it bomb because it's like,
I think we were supposed to do this one before the Viking one. I contend that the bomb should have been in fourth position. Yeah. I just said because I'm feeling it.
I just had something happen in my body.
I feel like it's slowly moving back up, which has been weird.
Oh my god.
Oh, laughing doesn't help. Laughing doesn't help at all.
Don't burp. That's why they call it that.
Yeah, I could feel it. It comes down, only to explode back up.
What the heck?
Because it's coming onto my teeth. My teeth feel hot. Hot teeth.
I've started to have mild success with affiliate marketing. When is it a good time to quit my day job and go all in?
Well, after you've done a heat challenge to make sure you've gone through insanity.
This is definitely worse than the Viking one.
Yeah, it comes in.
It's like sitting in the back of the throat.
It just sticks there.
Oh my god.
It's weird because it really does affect the way you could talk. Because it feels like I'm mildly vomiting all the time. Just a little bit. Just a little vomit. So, when is the right time? I think that's always a challenging question. Because one of the things that's important to remember is when's the right time varies for each person. So you have to ask yourself what you need to feel comfortable. So I'll give you. I think I can answer through this.
I haven't heard a word you've said.
So I think a good way to think about it is like I have no ability to have a social filter right now, so I don't know how I'm going to answer this. You know that heat high they talk about? I really enjoy it.
I don't know the heat high.
It's like a runner's high. Like I feel like my head's detached from my body. spitting flames.
Sorry, mild success. When do you quit your day job? Just tell me a date. When?
Now you do. So I would tell you one thing: mild success.
What does mild even mean?
I don't know. Not this hot sauce.
Not this.
I think it depends on what income you're replacing, what lifestyle you're replacing, and what stability you have. So I would encourage you, one, give some standard of flexibility, financial flexibility, to support yourself over a certain period of time.
Too long of an answer.
Anyway, I would say when it's right for you, when you feel like you have your needs met. Some people say jump 2 feet in and just go.
Yeah,
that sounds like eating the bomb.
Be like a Viking and burn the bridges, or burn the boats. They don't have bridges.
I feel like the response in my mouth that's experiencing right now is jumping in without having financial safety net. So, but that might be right for some people. They want to jump in. They need the risk and pressure. Here's my response. Your preparation when you jump into it depends on how you handle and manage stress. Mm-hmm. If you're the kind of person that loves pressure all the time and you need to have a high risk, high tolerance for that risk lifestyle, you should jump in as soon as you have success. Yeah. F everything else. You should flip your friends off in the process and do it. Just go right in. That's probably the best thing for you. If you're like me, I don't do that. I need a slower burn. I would jump into that and move success when I could reasonably say I had a year of income.
With a walking.
When you have a year of income ready, for liquidity if anything happens, and say, I have a year to make this work and sustain. That's my answer to that. And now we're going to move on to something even spicier. You ready for that, Thomas?
I don't know.
Nope, you have no choice. We're just going to keep going. This feels to describe possibly how you're feeling with this. The Psycho Challenge with Y, but this is from Dingo, so it's close to your homeland. Oh, the dingo ate your hot sauce.
I think when I hear about Australia though, it's like it's not the peppers that kill you. It's literally everything else on the continent. So I don't.
Well, this is using that. It's gonna try. This
is made with
90% greens are here. 10. So this has. Oh my gosh, it's a custom. So these are special.
Is this genetically engineered peppers?
Let me just listen. Yeah, it's Australia's own Morstead Psycho. So somebody had a pepper so hot they described it as a regional psycho. Also, there's Moruga Scorpion, hotter than a normal one.
That's a
Trinidad Scorpion, which is super spicy.
I need to clarify something. Are these peppers or actual scorpions?
Yes, these are peppers.
Okay.
No, they're not scorpions. They're the venom of the scorpion put into a pepper. Not really, I don't know, but it's gonna feel that way. All right, so Psycho hot sauce from the Dingo. An extreme warning is hot as hell. You ready for this, Thomas? What's the question? We'll just bite into it. 1, 2, 3. That tastes nice.
I think my mouth is partially numb. It tastes what?
Yeah, that's a nice flavor.
It's got hints of Novocaine.
No, I was doing on before. That one's nice. I can do this one.
That's what I thought. Oh no.
What? Ready for the question?
What is this second wave? I don't understand.
Your body has to take time to process. Load speeds are low.
I'm a little scared because it doesn't feel as bad as the bomb yet.
Being that you wish you had less of it right now in terms of this podcast, I want to talk to you about time. Specifically, when is the best time to promote? Whether it's hour, time of day, day of week. Are there some general trends around time? Because that's kind of an impossible question, but just talk me through it. Give me what you think about time.
Elongated right now. Yeah. So it's
but no water so far.
Yeah, I feel like water's gonna make it worse.
It would. Milk would be
Sorry,
better.
shut up. I gotta answer this. It doesn't matter. The time doesn't matter. It's it's gonna be so dependent on your own traffic. If you look at ask somebody what's the best time to mail, what they answer is gonna be based off their experience and their list and their traffic sources. And now it might be similar to yours. I'm trying to get ahead of it.
It's watching your shoulders.
Yeah. It might. I forgot. When you look at your own this is why analytics is really important, right? Like Google Analytics, whatever analytics, Facebook will tell you even TikTok, if you look at your TikTok stats and stuff, will show you when are people watching, when are people clicking, when are people doing this. Analytics will show you when are people, where are they. When you send emails, you just gotta try a bunch of different stuff. You're gonna see that, oh, weird, when I send at 4 p.m., it does better because I've got people on the East Coast and it's 6 for their time, whatever, right? You just gotta figure that out through execution and repetition, right? So it's like there's no secret.
I feel like movement helps, by the way.
Yeah. In general, though, right, weekends perform a lot better, right? Weekends are much higher converting for at least higher scale. You got a little thing in your nose.
Oh, man.
Just wanted. Oh, God. We see a lot more traffic hit from media buyers on the weekend, right? People are on their phone more. They're not busy running around doing errands through the week and at work and all that kind of stuff, right? Evenings, too, can spike. Some general things, right? I was chatting with Sean over here, who runs the ClickBank email list. He's like, yeah, you don't want to send at the top or the bottom of the hour because everyone does, right? So don't send at 9 o'clock or 9:30, send at 9:15, 9:10, 9:20, right? Because you'll find that big brand goes and you see a bunch of mail come through in the morning at 9 a.m. But really, you just got to mess with stuff. And I think any success comes from repeating, experimenting, seeing what works, and dive into the data and don't be afraid to be proven wrong.
Yeah. Now, there are seasonality trends that are pretty common in terms of like the
Oh, yeah.
general consumers. You know what bothers me? How am I like, I feel like I'm excreting from everywhere. There's just all the fluids a human could have above the waist. Like I might be lactating right now. But you're like dry.
I don't feel dry.
Okay.
My eyes feel sweaty.
But what was I saying? I got distracted by the heat. I don't even remember. It was a coherent point, and I lost it. It's gone now. Doesn't matter. We'll go on to the next one. Finally, last dab. All right, Thomas. So obviously it's tradition to put another dab on there. Now you don't have to. I'm going to though.
You're going to. I'm going to. Whoa.
It was supposed to be a dab. I was nicer to you. Don't worry.
Oh, here, rub our meat together. Okay.
All right.
It's a business podcast.
Cheers. You have the last one, right? Last question's for me.
I don't know.
I mean, all of it, right? So wrap around, get all the heat.
It's a wrap around.
Oh yeah. So bad. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like, does it hit you that fast, or you're just regular flavor?
I wrapped it all around my mouth.
Just a wrap around. Okay.
No, it isn't. That's not too bad.
I'm not even saying that because it's going to be in like 5 seconds.
It's got a nice tang to it. This is a long burn from memory, though.
You've done this before?
No, I did that. I took a dab of that hot sauce. I like the heat, man. Whew. Oh, it starts coming. It starts coming good.
I'm worried to like breathe though.
Can I stand? I feel better if I stand.
No, you're out of frame. All
right, I'll just power stance it.
Kyle.
Ooh, man, I'm getting lightheaded. This is good.
Why ClickBank over another CPA network or performance affiliate network?
Because we eat hot sauce for you,
Yeah.
the people, Thomas.
The people. No one asked for this.
But they did. Without knowing it. Man, I'm feeling like weird. Anyway.
I think I've hit like a Zen state, honestly. I'm kind of like...
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I can't feel my arms anymore. Anyway. So I think why ClickBank, like honestly, I've said it
We can't hear you.
before.
Closer to the mic.
Sorry.
I'm lying.
It's us. It's the people.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, right? You could get things that we provide other places. But what you can't get no one does it better than we do. There's so many things that my body's rejecting right now. But it is the commitment to the audience, the people, our clients, and commitments to understand this business, understand this industry, and understand our clients and work for their success is why. No one else is going to do this. No one else would do this for you. No company would. Because we really care. We really, really care. And that's why you should choose ClickBank.
Yeah.
Holy well, you shouldn't choose, though. is to do
This
this.
challenge? Oh,
This
man.
is. I would do it again, but
No, I totally agree. Like, it's like the whole. We've been around for so long.
brought
because
me to
we've-
tears.
Because we've been around for what, 20? I don't know.
Almost 25 years.
Gosh, talking makes this worse. I don't know why. It's like moving the mouth.
It's the air. It distributes like a wildfire. Like we're fanning the flames.
But it's no, it's like I was looking at this. How long has Jen Beavers been here? Like 20 years?
I don't know.
19 years? Something
I
like
think
that?
once was she. I feel like she's the first
Like
employee.
I got someone that reached out like, we've got a collective like it was like 4 decades of experience at ClickBank. I was like, wow, if we had to calculate the collective experience at ClickBank, we'd be older than the Vikings. Hot sauce. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, everything you said I agree with. It's that I've been really, I get empowered.
You gotta walk
by-
it off, man. It feels good when you walk it off.
It's not the it's the
Trust me, you gotta get your blood flowing. Should we just do some jumping jacks? I feel like it'll help.
no, but I get fueled up by working with entrepreneurs, right? And I feel like at ClickBank we're able to be entrepreneurs a bit.
Yeah.
You know, and all the respective departments and everything like that, so we can really drink the Kool-Aid of how our clients operate and what they're gonna do and help them by helping each other. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I wish they would help us
I'm-
right now.
I'm now crying.
All right.
Oh god.
With that, guys, we're actually done. We appreciate the time.
Wait.
Oh,
We got to do the thing. We got to plug something. We always get like, oh, this is your chance to plug
we'll
something.
plug. Oh yeah, you're right. So here's our moment. Do you want to do it, or would you like me to?
Well, I want to do it. We can both do it.
Okay.
Okay.
What
I
are
was
we
gonna
plugging?
I don't know. I'm going to plug myself.
Let's plug
'cause this
Spark.
Is, yeah, we did.
Or plug-
no, Spark
Okay.
is. They didn't get
Okay,
100,000
plug you. You plug
subscribers.
you then.
No, so I would say I've been involved with the Spark community and the Discord piece, not by doing anything in it other than commenting in it. I've been super impressed with it, right? So like, if you're interested, if you're a new affiliate, you want to check out Spark. You want a community that you can grow with and get answers from people like myself. When I'm not doing hot sauce shots for some reason, it's an awesome thing. We'll put a link somewhere for that. I was going to say, go listen to the affiliated podcast we put out. Subscribe to this. Kyle and I are the co-hosts of the affiliated podcast. You can find on iTunes, Spotify, all that kind of good stuff. We love putting out content that we know gets value. So when we get our clients at shows saying, hey, listen to that episode, warms our hearts. So if you like this, let us know. Subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok at Happy Scaling. I don't know where else because I'm blacking out at this point. Kyle, anything else you want to
Yeah,
add?
I'd say, I guess last thing, thank you, right? We don't get to 100,000 subscribers without people listening as much as we tried. We just couldn't do it. So thank you so much for enjoying our content. And honestly, in a small pocket of the world, making Thomas and I feel much more important than we actually are, to the point that we have confidence that we could go through the Wings Challenge unharmed. So we just really appreciate your feedback, appreciate you, and please keep consuming the content, giving us feedback. And if I was cool like Thomas and had socials, I'd recommend you follow me. But I would say just keep giving things here. And if I'm ever giving a talk, please come talk to me afterwards or a show. I always appreciate talking to anybody that wants to talk about marketing, life, or wherever it might be. With that, we look forward to seeing you next time, guys. Thank you again.
Look at the cool like YouTube button now.
No, we just get a lot of Pepto-Bismol.
Is that not
so
100,000 subscribers?
yeah.
That was something,
With that,
right?
let's take our
Chocolate milk?
our chocolate milk
doing that.
salute. Thank you, and until next time.
Oh yeah, this is from the 2021 ClickBank Platinum Summit in Costa Rica, which never happened. We weren't in
Yeah.
Costa Rica in 2021.
How about this?
Yeah.
If you guys could just give us a comment about what you loved about this and what you hated about it, we'll select some of the random people on there and give them some of these free mugs. 'Cause we gotta get rid of them. We will, Thomas. We did this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
was say
do
because
it.
these are exclusive. I think we're the first people to ever drink out of a mug from a 2021 Costa Rican Platinum Summit because it didn't happen.
Oh man, that is some good chocolate milk. That feels so nice.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
great.
Anyway, till next time. What do you tell them, Thomas?
Happy scaling.
Ah.